Cool. So I guess I will um go with a squad talks about home and asks their captain about theirs.
Sorry, I didn't catch the beginning of the one you picked. What was that again?
A squad talks about home and asks their captain about theirs.
Ah, okay.
And I'll have Ragav be in that scene. Uh, then is right. Then are there any of the specialists that you would like to pick up and run with, Alun?
I thought I might go for the heavy.
Oh, sorry. I mean, any of the ones that are currently made that you'd like to pick up and run with in the scene.
Oh, sorry, I've just seen the heavy pop up, so my attention was drawn towards it. I don't know what they are. What is Vexing Thorn?
Well, Vexing Thorn is I'm playing Vexing Thorn actually. Vexing Thorn is the medic.
Okay,
Alika,
go on, tell me. Alika,
go ahead.
run me down. Who's playing what? Because then I won't play them.
Okay. So just a little. This might be a good point to say that actually in Band of Blades, you don't really own your character as
Right.
such. So for each mission, the marshal picks who is going, and as such, they are in principle at least shared characters. That doesn't mean that if you want to play one character the whole campaign, we can't have a talk about it, and as players. But in principle, the game doesn't say that this is your character.
So
Right,
what I'm imagining is something legacy-like. So the consistent character is the senior officer, and then you could pick up a variety of different characters as the game proceeds, depending on need.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense for me not to play the medic, given that you already have some backstory in your head for that, Stephen. So which ones is nobody here currently?
Alika and Silver Dancing Wind, although there are also a ton of undefined rookies if you want to, because I just want to give a chance for people to play in this scene since it's one that has kind of grouped together. If you would like to...
I would love to play Adhikar Manubar, the rookie.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'm just forgetting people's names here. Then who was our fourth player? I just can't seem to find my Zoom. Here we go.
Will? Me?
Right.
Will?
Yes, Will.
Yes.
Will, would you also like to either step in as the specialist you're making right now, or as another define another rookie, flesh out this scene if you want?
I will play another rookie. I will play Sven Klojevic, our Heavy's younger brother, who is also signed up in the Legion.
Cool. And if you could just type those into the Roll20 or the Zoom, just so we have their actual spellings.
Yeah, sure. I'll type it into the Roll20.
Yes. Another thing about this is that, of course, Will, you're our marshal, so you're also responsible for naming our unnamed rookies.
Oh, sweet! So I have a lot of work to do then.
Yeah, you just have to do it as they come and play. Last time we had the Silver Stags on the mission, so it makes sense like this that Sven also was on this mission, perhaps then.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and just you can put. You have also the right to edit all these unnamed rookies that are under the Silver Stags, so you can just.
Yeah, I've just created a Sven.
You don't need to put all the stats or anything like that until someone plays it, but just put their name in there.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
So what's going on in this scene now, Stephen?
Right. as a reminder for myself, just once again. Yeah, I think that we kind of get that we have set up sort of a makeshift camp that, like, not what, like, we've met up with some of the larger legion, and who have set up a camp some miles away from where we destroyed the bridge. And it's a calm night at least compared to the decimation of our legion at the recent battle, and having to blow up a bridge behind us to flee that. And people are feeling a chance to unwind a bit, to tell some stories of home around the fire, to try to regain a sense of normalcy after having nearly everyone, like probably having most of the people you know die in front of you. But this is kind of like, we're trying to sort of, things are tense, but also this is like the first sense of like relaxation maybe many of us have gotten a chance to have for the past few days. Does that work?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Adhikar is stirring the pot of pottage that we're about to eat, and not looking at anybody.
And I think that Sven is holding on to his bowl of hot pot. No, we're not. We're about to eat it. Sven is, I don't know, smoking. He's rolling up some tobacco and smoking and looking around and looking very happy to be alive and among friends. So who else is in the scene? There is...
And I think that's me too.
Yeah.
And sorry, by the way, Stephen, did you also say that what's his name? Thorn is in the game?
Yeah, I think Thorn will be in the scene.
Yeah, so I think Ragav is looking at Thorn. So where would you say they are sitting? Do you think they're sitting on the opposite sides of the fire? Do you think they're sitting next to each other? How would you say they're situated relative to each other? Like,
I think we're sitting on the opposite side. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like are we all like sitting in a circle? Are we just all sitting on one side while Adkar is on the other side? Or
I think we're all sitting in a circle. I think probably I as Vixen Thorn have just gotten here, and I'm still a bit bloody from working in the medic's tent. I've been busy for the most part closing wounds and removing limbs, and so I'm kind of I sort of sit down, tired, on the opposite side of the fire from you.
So at this point, Ragav is looking at Vexing Thorn and nodding at him and offering a smile, which is not something you see him do very often, unless he's embarrassed or admiring someone. And he leans forward because he's sitting on the ground in a like a four-legged position, or is that a lotus position you call it, like a cross-legged position? Yes, that's the word. And he leans forward and puts his elbows on his knees, and he says, "Thanks a lot for helping." Wait, what was that rookie's name? Is that actually Edikar?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for saving Edikar there in the last moment. I was really impressed with how you pulled that off. Thank you.
I nod and say, "Well, someone had to give a damn about him." But yeah, to kind of set up where our scene was going here, I kind of let out a sigh, and I can tell you it was a damn sight easier treating livestock back home. They didn't complain as much. And I look
really?
over. What?
Oh, really? Were you treating livestock?
I still would. Well, honestly, I still would be if we weren't short on medics. But well, with things as they are, they handed me a bone saw and told me to get to it. So here I am.
Oh yeah. Must have been
Adhikar
challenging.
listens to this and pauses in his stirring of the pot. How was Adhikar wounded last time?
Adhikar was actually he was part of a group that was across the bridge harrying the horses, and I provided covering fire to get him back across.
Okay, right. Sorry. So he's not injured. It wasn't treatment. Oh well, he's not so worried about the vet science then.
Yeah, I just ruffle your hair. Don't worry, boy. I know enough to know your arm from your leg, so I won't be cutting off the wrong one.
I think that Adhikar will spoon some of the stew into a pot and take it respectfully to the officer, Raghav. Sir?
Thank you, Adhikar. I smile and nod and accept the offered meal, and say, "So, how was your homeland like?"
The farm was a lot quieter than this, sir. And as I scoop some more, and I'll serve in what I think is order of priority, which means that Thorn gets the next one, and then Sven gets one, then I get one. Yeah, it was just a farm on the other side of the river. I don't know where anybody else is now.
Oh, they probably ran away to the east, I hope.
Yeah, I hope we'll catch up with them, sir. But the look on his face tells you that he really doesn't expect to find them ever again.
Well, if you ever find them, I would really be glad to meet them.
Oh, that would be a great honor, sir. We're just simple farming folk. But, to meet, a gentleman such as yourself, that would be a great honor for all my family. It's a great honor for me to serve with you, sir.
You see a flash of embarrassment in his face, like to be addressed with such respect, but he quickly hides it. I'm not like, maybe you notice it and maybe you don't, but I bet that like Sven or Vexing Thorn, who aren't really involved in the face-to-face conversation, will probably see it. And to give you like more of it will come to my turn, and then I will try to weave that into my character story. And what about you, Sven? I haven't heard you speak today that much. What's making you sad? How are you thinking of home too?
No, it is just my brother Alexei. He has beaten good sense into me, and if I open my mouth out of turn around my elders, I can expect to be shown the back of his hand. So I am happy to sit and listen to those of you who have much to teach me here in the Legion. It is I did not know what to make of the dead. I'm glad that we all survived.
Yeah, that is true. And what was your homeland like?
Zemyati is well, I will be honest, compared to this, it is a wasteland, it is hell. But it is our home, and it is a hard life, but a good one. The world tree grows strong among the many crevices of Zemyati. And here in these soft lands of the south, the dead march ever faster, yes? So back home, perhaps there people can make a stand finally. I worry that we head east when perhaps we should be heading north into the mountains.
Yeah, it's. I hope they at least stay far out of the devastation that we're seeing here.
Yes, well, we are in the Legion, of course. We will prevail, I am sure. I have heard. My brother told me many great stories of his fellow soldiers, and I am proud to stand among you.
It's really great to hear your trust, soldier. And as for me, I'm glad to be here. I was tired of all the jewelry hanging around and going around and people acting as if there is no problem. I don't really understand how you can be so garish in these times, um, and that is why I'm like I was very happy when my father taught me how to command a troop and gave me the privilege to lead a group of people into battle. To be honest, uh, I was brought up in a very sheltered family, so for me it was a big shock to be in the front lines of war. But I guess we all have to use what we have.
If Carlsberg is any indication, then the front line will catch up with all of us soon.
Is that scene?
I think Stephen Vexingthorn wanted to say something.
Oh yeah, I was just out of character. Like this part how because his father is the actual commander for the Legion. Like, was he a military brat, or was the father away most of the time?
No, I think he the way I envisioned this is his father took him a lot with him. So the way I envisioned the commander is he is someone that has a big belief on helping people grow, because that's the only way you can stop a horde of weird zombies from overrunning you. And he took his son with him pretty much everywhere in all the places that he could. We didn't give campaign roles a name. So that's why they don't really have a name. I mean, we can choose to do so, but by default, I think that's how they're done. But yeah, so the way I envision the commander and his son's relationship is just like you just threw him in whatever dangerous situation he could find, mostly to train him in how to pull out and have the tactical mind to pull out a group of people or to lead them.
Oh man, I'm sure you actually just have your father's name, and rather than calling you the second, everybody just calls you the lesser.
The lesser, as in SSOR?
ER.
ER, yeah.
They're like, oh, Ragav the Greater, and then they have Ragav the Lesser is how they refer to you.
Yeah, I don't actually mind going with that because I think that and I don't actually mind even role playing the fact that he understands and accepts that he has his position and his skills and where he is right now because of his father. And so he has this really paternal, is that the word? Or yeah, he just views his father with a lot of pride and yeah, this guy just gave me everything. That kind of relationship.
Right. Cool. I was just curious.
Thanks for helping me voice that out loud and develop this side of the characters.
Cool. So yeah, there we have our scene.
Awesome. It was very nice to just watch that. Cool. So now we will
Back to putting you on the spot.
yes, back to the normalcy here. What we'll do now is that we'll do the campaign part, campaign actions. We have already had time pass last time, and we now have a quartermaster who has some campaign actions that they can do. Basically, that is the quartermaster has some different things that they can do in the time when that goes by. You can look a bit or explain a little bit into which those are if you want, Alon, since you're the responsible for this.
Okay, so my duties during the game, rather silver shifting forests duties during the game, are to track and spend supply. You gain supply primarily from supply mission rewards. Was there a supply mission reward from the first session?
No. So the first mission is a mission you have to do based on a few choices you make in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Well, from my point of view, that's a bloody waste of time. Then perform campaign actions between mission phases. Perform a number of campaign actions according to troop morale.
Yeah.
Ask the marshal how many you get. So I'm guessing on the marshal sheet it says morale, therefore X actions.
We have 8 morale, so we get 2 campaign actions.
Okay. Track and use. So are my duties the possible actions?
No. Let's see. I'm gonna see.
Oh, sorry. I see. Acquire assets, liberty, long-term project, and recruit and rest and recuperation.
Yes.
Am I reading that?
Yes.
Okay. So we can do 2 of those.
Yeah, or 2 times one of them if you want to.
Okay, right. I don't think I know enough about our situation yet to set a long-term project in train, so I'm going to tick that off the list.
Well, our last quartermaster had his heart set on building a clockwork tank. So if you want to continue
Yes.
role-playing that...
Yeah. That's why he's left his post.
Yes.
I caught that. I caught that from episode 1. I played with Horst. I know where he was going with that. So liberty. Legionnaires are given leave of their responsibilities for a few days. Good food and drink are provided, and campfire revelry is permitted.
Is that to raise morale?
Every character clears up to 3 stress. Increase Legion morale by 2. Now that would seem to me to be a good investment, because if morale went up for 10 by next time, would that give me another action in the next campaign phase?
No, this is the maximum morale you can. That's the maximum number of actions, but it would be a buffer against future losses of morale.
We're pretty cuspy right now. Like,
Okay.
I think we're getting near medium, right?
Okay. Acquire assets, beg, borrow, or steal an asset you need. What do we need? What do we?
For now.
Nothing for now. Okay, so let's take that off the list. So we're looking at liberty, possibly. Recruit. The war has left soldiers crawling home and mercenaries guarding villages and roads, or raiding them. You recruit these recluses, rejects, and returning warriors to serve in the Legion's ranks. Gain up to 5 rookies for the marshal to replenish the rosters with. How does that sound?
I was just gonna say before that there is some assets that you definitely would have an advantage of having here, of both horses and Blackshot.
Okay, so what's there's also rest and recuperation. I just want to know so hang on, liberty is all of that. Okay, rest and recuperation. Tick time to let soldiers tend wounds and rest. Each legionnaire marks a tick in any harm row. Once a row's healing ticks are full, erase the ticks and injuries. I think liberty is more fun than that.
I think liberty is a good one, because I think if I look at my sheet, I can see that all of our specialists, apart from the new one, has got some stress as well.
I think black shots and horses could hinder us if we don't have them. So I think I don't know how much we have, so that sounds like something to also take a look at.
I mean, no, we'll also only be able to take at most 2 specialists plus a medic on the next mission, right? So
Yes.
Okay, well, looking ahead at the last briefing from the commander about the possible missions, there is an opportunity to get some horses. So I'm inclined to focus on Black Shot. Yeah. So beg, borrow, steal, Black Shot. Roll locations assets rating. How do I do that?
That's a 0. So you roll a 0 and take it's a fortune roll, I think. So that means that you roll 2 dice. I think there is a fortune roll thing on it.
There is. Shall I press it?
Yes. And it will.
Number of dice 2. Oh, 0 dice. Sorry. So 0 dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
That means.
So that means you. Oh, sorry.
It rolls 2 and you take the worst.
Notes. Do I have any notes applying here?
Any.
Input
no,
value.
that's just so you can, like, if you want to name the roll, you can.
Okay. There was a noise, but I don't see a number.
There's a tree.
It's under messages over at Roll20. Or no?
Yeah, I see it. It's 3.
I'm not seeing that at all. Where should I be looking? Sorry.
There's a tab that has chat. It's there.
Aha! Right. Okay. So hang on. So. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. 3. So the lowest result is a 3. On 1 to 3, poor. So we have poor Black Shot.
Yeah, I think that just means that you get 1 supply of Black Shot.
Okay, so on my sheet under material, I mark Black Shot.
Yeah, I put 1 in them.
And then put 1 in it. Okay, so I've put the black square next to Black Shot is red, and the circle next to Black Shot I now show 1. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I will get the hang of this. So that's the asset. Liberty.
Yeah.
Oh.
How did you go about finding this Black Shot? Is it like scrounging through the supplies of the Legion that they are traveling with, or are you like looking at old?
You know those mercenaries, recluses, rejects, and returning soldiers, where we strip them.
I like how straightforwardly you gather supplies for us.
Well, my principal mission, sir, is to keep this fucking thing rolling. And then assets. Liberty. Legionnaires are given leave. During this time, Legionnaires at Liberty can party, fraternize, and relax as they see fit. Every character clears up to 3 stress. Increase Legion morale by 2.
Yeah, so that brings us up to 10, and we can clear all the stress on the specialists.
Nice.
Well, up to 3.
Up to 3, yeah.
I'm pretty certain my character is pretty stressed out.
So Vexing Fawn is the only one who has any. Yeah, he has 1 left. Vexing Fawn has 1 left over.
And what about Ragav?
Ragav is down to 0.
Yay. I'll just update my notes with that.
So is everybody else.
Cool. So that was the campaign actions. Now there's an opportunity to see some to have free play scenes. I think I have some free play scenes that I want to do, but what I would like to do is try to get into the action and have the free play scene after like next mission, because we'll hopefully, if we're able to be efficient, also get around to doing the mission phase or the campaign phase after this mission, which we're supposed to, since last time we didn't do the full thing. Cool. So.
Okay, so you said I have 2 choices. One is an assault mission and one is recon.
Yeah, there's 2 missions. So one of them is Operation Grasping Storm. It's a recon mission. I think when you were like traveling towards the Western Front, you to where your camp is now, you came by some farms, but as you were like it was dark and you were going from like the Legion. You left it behind and decided to possibly like go back and see if there were horses there. There is some undead that has come over the river, but it's not the main force. But there are some stragglers around and about that has somehow gotten across the river either by like just walking through the bottom of it, or I don't know, in some way gotten over. And the rewards for that is horses, and you get also +1 intel about the, as you can see, like some of the positions of the undead army more clearly. The penalties if you don't do it is that you get +1 pressure, if you fail.
Sorry, and how much intel do we have now? 0?
Yes.
Okay.
The other one is called Operation Crimson Citadel, and it's an assault mission. I think this is literally this place. There's this kind of. I mean, there was already battles here going towards the front where you lost this big battle, and I think there is this place that was a stronghold for where the Black Oak Knights were, which is one of the. It's actually like humans who are serving under the Cinder King of forces of Render, and there are still some. They left like a support. They left some people there to secure their if they would come back, So, but they're isolated now since the rest of the forces are behind you. So this is a chance for you to clear these out and get rid of some of these Black Oak Knights.
I can't stress enough, Commander, that we need livestock.
And the reward for that is +1 morale and -1 time, as you will be able to pass more safely through this region without these forces being here, as these are forces on horse and can travel quite quickly. The penalties for not doing it is +1 time. And how this works now is that since I rolled just 2 missions, you'll be able to do both. So what you're doing now is to decide if you're doing which one you're doing as a primary mission and which one as a secondary. So the primary one is the one that we'll see on screen, and the other one is just decided by a fortune roll.
Sorry, can you give me the stuff we get from the first mission? So that's +1 intel and
horses.
And horses. Okay. We're gonna do both because we can. Mm-hmm. I guess what I need to figure out is with you folks, which one do you like to do on screen? Because the way this works is we pick one to do and we pick one to just roll a die for. And so that one, the one that we just roll dice for, we don't role play them. We just, based on the roll, we say we succeed or fail. But the one that we pick as the primary one, we role play. So do you all like to role play an intel mission or an assault mission?
I'm fine with our Lord Commander making that decision. This is a military unit, and I abide by his decisions.
I get we can get the benefits of both, but as your quartermaster, I certainly want the horses prioritized.
The Annals do advise that while it is always good to achieve ascendancy and resources, to do so at the cost of weakening the enemy, at not weakening, to do so rather than to choose to that weakening one's enemy is always better than strengthening oneself.
Okay, I'm going for if that is all, I'm going for the primary mission being the assault, and the the secondary mission being the gathering intel and
Cool.
I think we probably see Shifting Forest storming out of the high command tent, saying "fuck, fuck, 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 fuck." All he's fucking interested is in glory. Bugger, bugger, bugger.
I mean, we're still doing the mission.
yeah. Like, what? Why are you so sad?
I'm just trying to get into character here, guys.
No, but like as a quartermaster, we're doing both of the missions, so like we have the people to do both. So don't worry.
Yeah, I always worry.
Okay, so I roll the engagement roll.
No, that's
Okay.
actually the marshal's job, I think.
Oh,
So what happens next now is that the marshal, which squads will go on these missions? So last time we only saw the silver stags.
Yeah.
But there's also the whole Ghost Owl, Shattered Lion, Star Reapers, Grinning Ravens, and Ember Wolves. And who's going on the secondary mission first?
I think I will send. Secondary mission is going to be an intel mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the one I will send is there was one which was a very sneaky group of people.
I
I
think
believe that was
that's,
the Ghost Owls, perhaps.
yeah. That's
Yeah. The Ghost Owls seem to be the best choice for the intel mission. I'll send my boys the. No, she's a woman, isn't it? The marshal's a woman. not a gruff Eastender. There we go.
I mean, she can still be a gruff Eastender.
Yeah, but not. I won't deepen my voice for it. I'll send
You
my boys.
obeyed.
Yeah, I'll send my boys the old Ghost Owls downtown. They'll sort it out. Yeah, the Ghost Owls. The Ghost Owls will take care of the intel mission. And that leaves the Silver Stags for the assault. They showed their mettle at the bridge, and it's time to send them back out there again.
Which specialists are going on the secondary mission? You can select up to 2.
So, does anyone really want to play the specialist? I'm happy to.
I guess since this is the non. So you mean to keep them for the actual primary mission?
Oh, so I get to choose specialists to send on with the Ghost Owls as well. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So
So
I guess each squad is 5 people, right? 3 rookies, 2 specialists, or
Yeah.
5 rookies.
It's
5 rookies, 2 specialists. Specialists don't count towards the soldier count. So you send them along, and there's 5. But if someone dies, you can just like, oh, another rookie appears out from the fog of war. Kind of.
No, I think that you should actually go recruiting them, because as we lose rookies, we'll need to replenish their ranks. That's why the
move of
quartermaster.
the quartermaster.
Yeah, but how many rookies do we start off with?
5 in each squad.
5 in each squad. So we've got
6 squads.
6 squads of 5
Yeah.
people. Yeah, we got loads.
Yeah.
Like we'll never. We'll have to really run them through the meat grinder to.
I mean, don't take this. Yeah. This game gets really crazy really fast. So
Okay. I mean, I guess I will send Silver Dancing Wind, and the scout Alika Vena to Alika Yevna. Silver Dancing Wind and Alika Yevna will go with the Ghost Owls, the sniper and the scout. They seem the best suited for a intel mission.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cool. And we are having the Silver Stags again on screen again for the Operation Crimson.
I told you I was going to run it like XCOM, where basically you have one squad and you forget that the rest of them exist. You just keep throwing them until they die, basically.
Yeah, you'll also soon have the same problem as in XCOM, where your main squad is injured and stressed and
That's the idea.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just everybody rolled nothing but 6s last session. So.
Yeah. I don't anticipate that happening again. Also, on the secondary mission, rookies die real easily. So there's a whole loads of consequences there where just rookies die.
Okay. In terms of managing the rookies, in terms of keeping track of the number of them, because I get that these are the number of rookies that we have in the Roll20, right? Are those our like pool base essentially? Like that's all the ones we started with?
Yeah.
I haven't added like character sheets for every rookie, just the ones that we have used.
Okay.
But I'm starting to add now.
I'm just thinking about how to keep track of the overall numbers. Like if the ghost owls go off and lose like all 3 rookies, then how to keep track of the fact that we've lost 3 people.
Yeah, and as actually a question for myself, like do rookies that die off screen count towards my like do I also add those names to my annals?
Yes.
Okay.
And that also is a thing where we should have names for all the rookies going on missions.
Cool. Well, I will write in quickly names of all 5 ghost owls in my character sheet, and won't bother with their character sheets in Roll20.
Yeah.
But they'll at least have names, so if they die, we can put them in the annals as like, Priscilla died bravely, saving the scout from certain death.
Because also the least fun part of your job, Marshall, is to decide which rookie dies when they fail their secondary mission.
That's a strange way to say most fun, but okay.
Yes, exactly. Cool. So that leaves us with the silver stags and which specialists that are going. It's the rest, or is everyone playing their specialist, or is someone want to play a rookie?
So I was thinking I might play Sven Kojovic, and I'm happy to. So we can bring along all 3 remaining specialists.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
So Sven and his brother.
Like,
Okay,
with
Ralph.
me not really being able to interact with my... Oh, sorry. You were saying something, Alan?
Sorry, yeah, I was just I'm playing the heavy Malexei, and you're playing young Sven.
Yes, brother.
Well, fine, okay.
Oh, very cool. I look forward to seeing this on screen. And who is playing the? Are you just assigning the rest of the specialists to the ones who played it last time?
Yeah. So we only have 2 more players, right? Though, so like I can't really assign all 3.
You can actually, because
well, the medic does not count towards the cap.
Yeah. Okay. So if I'll assign Vexing Fawn, because you always need a medic, right? Even though they're looking a little bit stressed, unless
That's fine.
yeah. And I'm almost tempted not to have Ragav, just because the officer's always in charge, right? Maybe it'd be more interesting. Like it'd be more interesting for the heavy to be in charge, perhaps. But Parham, it's up to you if you'd rather play.
I think with me not being able to interact with my character sheet or any character sheet really, whichever makes Steven's job less difficult. I don't.
Well, you'll have to make a new character. You'll have to make a new rookie if you're not playing Ragav.
Or Adhika, you can be Adhika, the rookie that we've already defined as part of the Silver Stags.
Yeah, but I think that he isn't like. Is he actually statted out?
Yeah, I believe so.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
It's
cool.
just a starting points that are.
I see. Well, we're going to need to start a rookie anyways, right? Like we need to start starting out rookies. So.
Yeah, if people don't mind doing this, I don't mind playing the rookie.
No,
sure.
Don't mind that at all. Cool.
Okay.
I'll just go very quickly through the setting the rookie then.
This is one of the parts of this game that I don't like. Like every time there is a rookie or soldier, you need to spend 10 minutes.
Oh, I don't know. You can do it in like 30 seconds if you don't think about it too hard. Because I mean, they're all going to die anyways, right? Or they're going to.
No, I'm going to keep him out of trouble and then have him promoted after this mission. You'll see.
Oh yeah. So on the squad, we've got Malexi, Sven, Vexing Fawn, and Adhikar.
And the one leading the mission is Malexi.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So let's just drum up our rookie real quick. You already chosen the playbook, so that's fine. There's the special ability for let's see. For rookies, there is the Devil's Own Luck, which you can gain +1 D to all resistance rolls. There's every inch ... You start with all the traits from your heritage. Wow, that's pretty good. There's Hard Knocks.
What's the heritage of Adhikar?
He's Spartan.
Ah, okay.
And actually, you start with 2 traits rather than 1. All of the character sheets say that pick 2.
Oh. So everyone, I guess, gets to do that then. Because we just picked 1 last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we picked just 1.
Okay.
So you basically get another 2. So, I mean, that is pretty nice. Because the heritage traits are pretty big for starting characters.
Oh yeah.
What are the heritage traits? Sorry, refresh my memory on Bartons.
There is Warm, which is
Bartons,
+1 consort. There is Pierce, you can always equip a reliquary. And there is Stoic, +1 D to prowess resist, and Educated, +1 research.
Okay, so this is the second starting ability.
And then there's Hard Knocks, Mark 2 XP in any category at the end of any mission where you took level 2 harm or higher. Wow. Yes, rewarding taking harm, that's fun. Just a kid, when someone suffers harm when protecting you, they mark XP. When you promote, choose a second special ability from your new playbook to replace this one.
Okay.
And then there's Got to Make It Out Alive. You can take 1 additional trauma before dying. When you promote, replace this ability with a level of Survivor. So that's another ability, I guess. Oh no, that's okay.
It basically makes them equal to an actual soldier.
So I will be able to pick just 1.
Yeah. And there's more of them though. There's home cooking. If a mission takes multiple days, use your fresh food. Say what you cook. Everyone in the squad that partakes clears 1 stress. It's also pretty good. There's Jack of all trades. Increase 2 0 ranked skills to rank 1. And then there's the last one, which you can't take yet, but not a rookie anymore.
The promotion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what was the last one? Increase what?
Increase 2 0 ranked skills to rank 1.
I think I'm going for the second option, the one that gives me all the heritage stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just mark all those. Okay.
And then
it just automatically does them. Cool.
And then you get the sign for additional action ratings on top of the ones that you already have. And you have 1 in skirmish, 1 in shoot, 1 in maneuver. Oh wait, is those?
I don't think that rookies do get to choose. Oh, no, they do get to choose. They do. Sorry, I misread that. Never mind. I'm sorry. I filled in that sheet thinking that rookies only had a default setting. That's terrible of me. I'm sorry. That's me trying to be helpful and fucking it up. Sorry, guys.
No.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
They start with 1 in maneuver, 1 in skirmish, and 1 in consort. And you get to add
4 more. Okay, I'm going to go for. Wait, let me look at my list here.
And with your bonuses now, you have 2 in consort and 1 in research as well. So 1 research, 1 skirmish, 1 maneuver, 2 consort.
And 1 grit as well.
Pretty good, this rookie already.
He's a prodigy. He's going to be no wonder he survived the last mission. He's
a farm boy. Of course he's going to be a hero.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he was shooting womp rats down in in Beggars
Say that,
Canyon.
but then you'll see. He'll roll a 1 on a desperate roll this first roll. You'll see.
Okay, I'm going to go for 1 in shoot, 1 in wreck.
Okay.
Then you have 2 more.
Man, now I see why this kid survived the last mission.
Yeah, that's why, because he resists everything.
Yes. He has a 5 resist roll for prowess.
That's why I went for that. Okay, so I'm going for I think what I saw with Alan role playing is a really strong consort. I'm going to also add 1 to the consort.
I don't think you can actually, because you're already at 2.
Already at 2.
Oh, sorry, I thought that's the 1. Yeah. Good point.
So it was, of course, already known that it was going to have a lot in consort.
Alan knows everything.
Yeah. Funny, I imagine this character already having a theme song every time he survives something impossible.
I feel like maybe Scout would make sense because he was kind of like moving around the
forest.
Yeah.
Let's go for 1 scout and 1 sway, or 2 scout. Let's go for 2 scout. Make him a pretty good scout. Like he will be the first line of defense to send to all the villages.
And my guess is we don't have much scout in the specialist, do we?
We just have 1. We have just 1 of each specialist. So if they die, they die.
Yeah.
That's my way of saying, Will, please roll well.
Yeah.
For the second non-primary mission. Don't kill our specialists.
It is the undead that will kill the specialists, not me.
Cool. So that's the character then already. That didn't take too long.
You must kill anyone, kill Adhikar.
Yeah.
Or
Cool.
Sven. Sven can go too. I'm less invested in Sven, so.
But Malexei is. He's very invested.
My younger brother is coming home.
Awesome. This mission is going to be a lot of fun. I already look forward to it. Cool. So the last thing we'll do before we go on a little break is that we'll do the engagement role. And that's also the marshal's responsibility.
Oh, let's see what my boys can do.
Quartermaster was so the right choice.
No responsibilities, really. So, do I get 0 dice then?
No. If you look at, you can actually see it on your sheet. If you go on
I see.
engagements, and you click on more under there, you get the whole thing we're going through.
So not everyone in the mission is Oathsworn to the Legion because you have a medic who I believe are Oathsworn to the God of Mercy. Is that correct?
I didn't realize that, but sure.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it says somewhere that they are all Oathsworn to the one that got broken, basically, and so they don't count, just like the alchemists don't count as Oathsworn. Okay. Did the commander spend 1 intel? Nope, they didn't. Everyone is not a specialist or a soldier? No. Did the quartermaster equip the soldiers with blackshot?
No. Oh,
No.
well, I don't know. Do I have the option to? We did scrounge some black shot
Yeah, you can. Now is your chance if you want to
spend it.
Yeah, I think that the good stuff we get from this mission is worth a black shot.
Okay.
Because
we will all start off with a load of black shot as well, basically, which can be useful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've removed black shot from Shifting Forest sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the reason that we want the black shot, really.
Yeah.
To do stuff like that, to spend it on stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. It's correct.
So I think we don't think we take any minuses. We don't have any mission wound. We don't have any wounds. We're not missing any equipment or specialists, and I think everyone is loyal to the Legion effectively in the
Oh wait,
Legion's leadings.
Edithar gets another 2, right? Because of his. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I guess
so-
like the GM should tell us that, right? Is everyone loyal to the Legion?
No, this is. I mean, are they? It's a question for the table.
Ah, okay. I guess with the morale being so high, it would be really weird for people not to be loyal to unless we have like a mole
there
or something.
is Molexei Koloyevich, who has declared that my main goal here is to get Sven out alive. Not that the Legion must succeed.
What can I tell you? Blood, water, thickness.
Yes, but I am part of Legion, and my brother is part of Legion. He is just loyal to his true family, the Legion.
Yeah, I guess I guess as long as they're both in the Legion, they're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I've always been worried about his funny accent, but he's my brother still.
I can try and do a Welsh one if you want, Alan. Okay. Yeah, that would have been better actually, wouldn't it, if the people from the north had all been Welsh, living in the valleys.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it gets me a 1 dice overall if I'm reading this correctly.
Yep.
So I will roll a dice.
Fortune dice, yeah.
I don't have any notes. So that's a 3.
Oh.
Yeah. On a 3, you start in a desperate position when the action starts.
Okay.
Cool. And on that note, I think we'll go on a break. Let's be back at 20 past.
Sure.
Oh, and a question just for the break is it only specialists that get the other extra 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was forgetting. All right.
Cool. See you in a few minutes.
See you.
See you in a bit.
is now get to choose your load. So for those of you who have not played the Band of Blades before, it's a little different than Blades in the Dark, is that you also choose which items you're bringing, not just what load. So if you look at your character sheet, it gives you a set of options basically. So if I look at Malexei here, if you choose light load, does the item show up for you there, Alon?
No, that's what left me wondering. I wasn't quite certain. I've got light, normal, and heavy to select. And then underneath all I've got is utility. Choose to load below.
That was a bit weird. There's something you did with... Because it should...
I was expecting a kind of drop-down box of some description.
There should be that. That's strange. Well,
I mean, I can put it in the notes.
Well, that's strange. I'll check that out between sessions and see if I can fix that. But for now, if you look at the handout, I can send you the link for the Google Drive, and there also.
No, it's okay. I've got my own kind of equipment sheet open in front of me from the PDF,
cool.
Which has got heavy gear.
Yeah. So first of all, I guess I can use another character sheet as an example. But if you see, it should, on all of your character sheets, it should say under the load, it should say which items you can choose. So for like, if I look at the sheet of Ragav, for example, you can see that under light it says fine armor, hand weapon, fine ornate clock, and flare gun. And then you also get to choose 2 utility items. And you have to choose which utility items you're bringing before the mission. You don't get to do like in Blades where you can just I choose whatever thing that is on this list in the mission without. So is there any questions about that?
So I'll just cut and paste some stuff from the PDF into my character sheet just for reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Very strange that this.
I also don't have a clue what goes in the load of a rookie because I haven't played one before. I remember there's something about pots and pans for cooking.
Yeah, you also have the
and tents.
Soldier kits with lamps.
Yeah, I was going to let you know about that. So your options this time for a rookie are, with light load, you get to take your naive hope with you, as well as a memento of home, a soldier's kit, a musket, and some ammo. At normal load, you get all that, plus your family weapon, as well as some tents or camping gear. And so, yeah, so you either get tents and camping gear, or you get a cooking kit and some fresh food. And then at heavy load, and only at heavy load, you actually get some armor and a shield.
Okay.
And take note, an armor and shield are things you can also choose to carry with your utility load. So if you don't want them, you're just giving up extra utility to have a lighter load if you still want armor and shield.
Family weapon, I get to define what that is, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go for that.
Okay.
And what's the musket? Is that just a crappy gun?
It's a sort of late Renaissance era gun rifle. It's basically a very slow reloading gun, because you actually have to like load in the shot and you actually have to load in the powder and then the shot and then like pump it all down with get it right.
Okay, so maybe a proper gun. Can I do that, or?
I guess it's up to the GM. I don't know. It just says family weapon here. Let's see if it says anything more
So
here.
in the book, it does say that it's a hand weapon, musket, farm implement, or bow. So it would just basically be
Okay.
your family musket, you know. And I think, to be honest, in Band of Blades, the vast majority of firearms are muskets. We're at that level of technology. It's only very special weaponry that's, you know, cartridge or rifled. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, sniper has those.
yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm just
So, for example, for Sven, I've decided I'm going to have the axe of the Kalevich clan. You know, so it's just flavor, really. A family weapon. It's
Yeah,
not really
yeah.
like a thing.
And what are my utility options? Wait, in light I have 2 utility
You get
slots.
2 no matter what.
Okay. And what are my utility options?
Well, you can pick from 2 of these: armor, a hand weapon, shield, winter clothing, supplies, medic kit, climbing kit, or oil. Or you can pick one of these last 2 options: black shot or a reliquary.
Okay, I already have the reliquary.
No, you do not.
Oh, wasn't that part of the
Nope.
trade?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a Bartan. You always have a
Oh.
reliquary.
Right, you always have a reliquary. Right, sorry.
Okay, so I have that. So that's not really useful. I think the armor. I think let's go for the armor and shield as utilities, and just a light load.
Okay, so you're okay.
Just the musket, not the
Yeah.
mascot, but the musket.
Cool.
The rest of you have you chosen your load?
Yeah, I'm just having to cut and paste, so it's taking me a little while. Give me a mo.
No problem.
Yeah,
I'm not as slow as I have, so take your time.
I'm going with normal because, as I established last time, Vexing Thorn is a Panyar, and he basically gets light load for with normal load. Like his normal load is treated as light.
Yeah, I've gone for normal load as well.
Cool.
I've gone for heavy because it goes with the job.
Because it's a heavy, yeah.
Okay, good. Also, the heavy is the one who is in charge of the mission. So I'm gonna ask you. So this place that you're going, it's I imagine being it's on the edge of like the plains. It's an old like it's not a castle. It's more like of a fortress in the like the mountains. On like a pretty defensible position. There is it hasn't been like it hasn't really been used for the last, let's say, 60-70 years, so it's not before the big war now. Hasn't been anyone living there, so it's pretty run down, but it's still like on like this hillside. What was the approach that Malexei decided to do to how to get into this place?
We were intending to find the back gate and break through it.
Awesome. So I think I think here like I imagine it being this kind of like I don't think there's like a gate as such. I think it's like this other entrance, this other door, which is more like a servant's, I don't know, somewhere like a supply entrance or something like that. How did you know about this?
I think I might have served in this castle or this keep before it was taken.
Mm-hmm. So in this war, not so long ago, maybe.
Not so long ago.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, I imagine that you went. Yeah, you all get black shot. That's true. you went up this the way that up the hills. It's a little bit of climbing, and it's a hard walk up there. But you came up, and it's I think it's in the evening time now. It's a pretty warm day, and you went into this door, and as this door, it leads into like what used to be the kitchen, I guess. I don't know what your thinking was, but undead, they don't use kitchens. But of course there's not really undeads in this fortress. So I think actually that you find as you go in there, you come in and you see that, and as you come in it is empty. But immediately when you all are in the door, and there is this person going through the door of the kitchen and looking straight at you, and you recognize it as a Black Oak Knight. His uniform. It's a heavy armored man, like using a pike as like a walking stick almost as he walks in, and just like I think as he walks into the door, just like shouting, "Oh, is there any food in here or what?"
No, there's just a spear. Wallop.
And I think like you see him looking at directly at you, and just like shouting, "Boys, there's somebody here." What do you do?
Now the engagement roll was desperate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
War Machine, when you push yourself, you can do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, reduce the threat level of all the enemies you're facing by 1.
Well,
go on.
I guess I can explain how that works. So in this threat level has to do with how dangerous the baddie that you're facing is, not the position as such.
Okay, so this is just just an armored man.
Yes, but apparently there's other people close by, since he's like I think he was probably going in there to like get supplies for like a meal in the courtyard or something.
Yeah, well then I drive the spear through him and into whoever's behind him.
Cool. Yeah, I think I guess you can do that. You are it's desperate, I think, because you're in a desperate position, and he's armed, and he's caught. I think he's caught you by surprise. Yeah, and standard effect, and as you're just fighting this one person, so even though there's more people there, fighting him one-on-one is like a normal. It's a thing you could do. Let's see. So he is, and now we'll get into like the threat. So he's on the same scale as you. He's one person, and you're fighting him one, so that's the same. And he is a threat 2, and you're a legionnaire. So he is more threat than you. So that means that I think actually it's a limited effect. You won't be able to kill him with your blow without doing anything.
Does the fact that all my equipment is inverted commas fine make any difference?
Yes, it does. That means that you get +1 threat, and so it's a standard effect. So basically, we'll go through the steps once again to remind ourselves of how this positioning thing works. We also did that last time to teach Parham the system. So it starts at a desperate standard effect, since you have fine equipment. Do you want to push for effect?
What's the consequence of pushing for? It's cost me stress, does it?
2 stress.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I want him down.
You can also push for more dice if you want better chances.
Oh, right. Okay. Then I think standard effect and push for more dice.
Yeah. Cool. Is there anyone who assists you, or does anyone help you with this?
I think Sven is always close to his brother's side, and whips out his the Collet's axe in hand and leaps forward to assist.
Cool. That's also 1 stress. So how do you attack? Okay, let's roll maybe first and see how that goes.
So just to be clear, I've marked 2 stress to push.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say there's another stress?
That's for me.
Fine.
Yeah. So, by the way, like, what is the weapon that Malexei has?
Well, I was going for the spear because I thought it was somebody behind him, but he has a fine, heavy weapon, a maul, which strikes me as doing more harm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that valid?
Yeah, sure.
So, sorry, decode all of that. What am I rolling?
I mean, you decide which attribute you roll here. I read this as a skirmish.
Yeah. Wreck doesn't work in this context, does it? No.
I mean, if you decide which one. I think if you use wreck, I mean, I would have to decode what that would look like and adjust your position and effect appropriately.
Okay, skirmish it is, straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And is the die roll simply by clicking on skirmish?
Yes.
Okay. So, oh gosh, it's over here, isn't it? Okay. Position is desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Effect is standard, I think we agreed, didn't we?
Yeah.
And bonus dice.
1 dice for pushing. 2, actually.
2, yeah, right. Okay. So, and submit. 4, 2, 3, 4 is my best.
So
I do it, but there are consequences.
yeah. How describe to me how Malexei charges at this Black Oak Knight, just to get a picture of what you're doing.
Okay, 2 long steps, and then the 2-handed maul up under his chin.
Mm-hmm.
The aim is to knock him back through the door. Well, the object is to kill him, but you know.
Yeah, I think. Cool. I think that as you do that, he like manages to straighten out his pike so that you run like straight into it. It buries into like your stomach, and you take 2 harm. You're muted.
I have fitted fine ornate heavy plate, so I'm hoping that's going to do some good for resistance.
You can use your armor to resist, or to just block it, take it away. But then it's spent.
You should, as a reminder for how much armor you have left, next to your harm, you see there are some ticks. So if you have heavy armor equipped, tick off both the heavy and armor, and then you can untick them as you spend them.
I see. Okay. So what are the consequences I'm currently facing?
How much of your armor? Did you have 1 or 2 ticks of armor? It's a heavy armor, right?
It's heavy and fine.
And you use both ticks? You have 2 ticks of them if you're heavy.
I suppose what I'm trying to work out is how many am I trying to reduce?
2 harm.
2 harm. I also have a fine tower shield.
Yeah.
Does that make any difference?
You can also use the shield to reduce 1 harm.
Okay, so if I use shield and heavy, I take no damage.
Yes, and you still have 1 tick left on your armor as well.
Fine.
So describe to me how you do that. Like he I think you see he like lowers his pike, and you charge right at him, right? So he doesn't really even need to do much. But as we before were seeing like it going into your stomach, what does it look like now?
I think the shield comes across and deflected away from where it was going to hit me dead center stomach, and it scrapes along the side of the armor, damaging the armor and the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear him like scream in agony, and there's like a lot of movement in the you hear movement and shouting in the courtyard. What do you do?
Come on, boys, charge!
Not again, brother.
Yeah. What do
Yeah. Do we so how do group actions work? Would we be skirmishing as a group, or would we be doing it individually?
You can do both. These I'm gonna say that these are let's see, I'm just gonna look at my sheet here a little bit. These are a medium group. There are six soldiers currently stationed here, veteran soldiers of the Black Oak Knights. So if you were to do things individually, you would be at a disadvantage going against them, since there are more people gathered at the moment. So what happened now is that you fought one-on-one, which is a way to like make their scale less, because then when you fight one-on-one in the doorway like that, their scale doesn't matter, because it's just one person standing there. But you could, if you are also a group of on the same size, if you fought as a group, then they wouldn't have a scale advantage, so you would have more effect.
I feel like we should probably fight as a group, right, guys? Like, that seems like the best way.
There's also
when Thorn had found out that Malexi was leading this mission, he had sighed and picked up just a wood-cutting axe. He foresaw that something like this was bound to happen.
Yeah, and Sven compared his axe to yours and said, "His good axe is not as good as Zemyati axe, but it should work."
Something I didn't think to ask was, when will we know if we've succeeded?
Yes, so I am making a 10 clock for defeating the Black Oak Knights. So you can do actions towards that clock, either by doing as you're doing now and fighting them, or as a group, or whatever you think is the appropriate way or fun way to do it. And I will, based on your die rolls, fill this clock with effects. So if you have, so basically a standard effect is 2 ticks, great effect is 3. Yeah, that's how it.
So
works.
we've just done 2 ticks.
Yes.
So how do group actions work? Because one of the reasons I asked about that is because I get loyal. I get +1d in any group. Do we each roll individually in our?
Yes.
I don't know how that works.
Someone is leading the group, taking charge. And you all roll, and for everyone who fails the roll, the one who leads it takes stress.
Alexi's already pretty high on stress, but he would seem the natural leader too. In fact, you know what? Can Sven lead it? Because he's just so in.
I think Malexi says, "Go on, boy, your turn."
Yeah. Yes.
So this is, if I remember correctly, this is where we all roll, and the leader marks a stress for everyone that doesn't roll a that rolls a 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
I've read too many core books this week. Okay.
Yes. That's how it works. So if you were to, like, if you're charging out here, I think they are aware of you and they are surrounded the door. So I think your position is not advantageous at this point. But there are as many people as you, so you're on the same scale. But I think they have potency on you from the situation. But first, let me get some like color on like what is actually happening in the fiction here. So we have Malexi like shouting charge. How I want to like have a round in this series where you see like a camera go on everybody's faces and see how they look like. We already saw a little bit how his brother reacted, Sven. But describe also how Sven looks.
So Sven is like a smaller version of Malexi. He's like the wirier sort of like younger version. And I think he just literally like, as his brother turns around and like yells charge and then stares straight at him, he makes eye contact and just dashes past his brother with his axe and his shield raised, and leaps across to the nearest guy, hoping that the rest of his band of brothers are behind him.
Mm-hmm. And Adhikar, how does Adhikar react to this? How does Adhikar's face look like? Does he say something?
He obviously doesn't seem happy at the prospect of being found out by these group of Oak Knights. So what he's trying to do is like sneak around and try to get a good shot at people without actually being in the range. So he's really focused on lurking around and trying to catch people before he is caught, because like he doesn't have this like self-confidence of I can actually take these people head on. So he's just like, skulking in the shadows and just taking a shot at whoever he can find. Although if we're skirmishing, we are skirmishing, right? We're not.
It seems. What do you say? Who's leading Sven? It seems from what you were describing that it was skirmish, but
yeah. So everyone has to roll skirmish if I choose skirmish, correct?
Yeah,
so
I don't have a hand weapon. I just have a musket, right? Wait.
But you have your family weapon.
No, he went light.
I mean,
Okay.
You can use musket in close combat. It's just
Yeah, you can just like beat them with you can use it as a club.
Mm-hmm.
6 bayonets.
Yeah, is there a bayonet on your musket?
I think so, but I don't think Adhikar has much experience having used it before. So he's going to probably get introduced to this either now or just hang back from the group and just shoot from a distance.
Mm-hmm. I think in this position, actually, it's a bit difficult to shoot from a distance because you're coming out of a door and the people are surrounding like the door.
Yeah. So it is like being introduced to how you used your weapon, your shooting weapon as a melee weapon.
Yeah. And Vexing Thorn, we already heard like the oh damn, of course when Malexi is leading, but how does is there a grin on his face or is he displeased?
Yeah, I'm pretty displeased because now with Sven in charge, it's just the Zemyati leading the Zemyati, isn't it? Which I imagine among Vexing Thorn's people is basically the equivalent saying of the blind leading the blind.
It is the brave leading the brave.
Yes, I think again here it is this is a desperate role. I think though that you have I think you're on an equal threat here. I think actually not. You're not, because all of you doesn't have fine gear, and these are a threat to all of them. So even though
I'm just thinking we did kind of take them by surprise.
Okay.
I mean, that's not really, because like the desperate is basically like we tried to take them by surprise, but like they all know we're there. Like
I would have
a riskier control position.
I thought the desperate was the fact that there's more of them and that we couldn't take them.
No, that's more of like effect. Like effect is what would determine that.
Yeah.
Stephen, I'm just trying to convince the DM to give us better rolls.
No, I want more rules though. I want things to go wrong.
I know.
I think it's a desperate. They have surrounded you, and the consequences of failing here is definitely like very severe. But I do, and I also think actually that the effect here is limited. Because they have you at an advantageous position, and you have a less threat level because you're all legionnaires. Yes, it's a desperate limited. So this is now where you can use the system to make this better for you.
Yeah, let's see who dies.
Yeah. So happy. You want to push for effect?
I'm happy with my limited effect. I mean, I don't really. I have to admit, this is the thing I find hard to internalize about Blades Forged.
Yeah.
Is so what? Do I need to spend how many stress to push
2.
for effect? 2.
2.
Okay, I think I was going to save my stress to potentially resist the consequences of this failed action.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what happens if you roll a 6 with a limited effect?
You get one
You just
tick.
yeah.
Okay, so this effect applies to the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Not
I
always,
rolled,
but in other actions, it just generally means that you do it, but it doesn't have a huge effect. Like it doesn't have the effect of a standard effect.
Yes. So basically, I think like I mean, your best case scenario here is that you get out of this situation where you're surrounded and hurt the people who are standing in the way of doing that.
Yeah.
We're rolling skirmish, right? I have 2 points in skirmish, so I should get 2 dice. And then I get an extra bonus dice because I've got a Zemiati trait that lets me get a +1d to group actions. So I should be rolling 3 dice, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I swear I did that and I only rolled 2, so let's see if it does it better.
Before you roll that, can I just ask? I have a specialist action called Anchor. While on a mission, you may spend Anchor uses to fight as a small group. This means you can face groups of lesser undead without loss of effect.
Yeah. So
any usage of that here?
Yeah, I would say so. If you want to anchor to go on like a 1 level up from scale, that would make you have more effect.
Would it help with Sven's roll now?
It will help the effect of this group roll. So basically, you could go 1 level up from scale, and you would be standard effect.
Fine. So I'll mark off 1 anchor. Oh, it seems I can only. Oh, there. Sorry, it goes left to right. Fine. So I've marked 1 use of anchor. I've got another 1 left.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? So does Will get to roll more?
No, not more dice. It's more effect. I'll get into when you narrate what you're doing. We can see how that looks. But let's for now. We saw Sven getting 2 5s. So
this is the thing though. Like it seems to only be rolling 2 dice for me, even though I think it should be 3.
Okay. That's weird.
Which is why I did it twice, because I was like, that's weird. Because I had an extra bonus dice. I had 1 bonus dice, and then I still only get 2 dice results, even though I've got 2 points in skirmish. And
okay, well.
1. So I'll add another dice to my. I'll roll with 2 bonus dice instead of 1, and see if I can get 3 dice actually in my pool, right?
Yeah, let's see
Like,
if that works.
Yeah, there we go. I got a 6.
Awesome. So we already got a success.
Yeah.
Next up, Malexei. And what do you do to anchor? What is this like?
Well, it's planting the tower shield, and then and that protects his flank.
Mm-hmm. And how do you like charge at them with your like shield planted down?
Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah. Then it's the spear, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit on his, let me think, left-hand side, so I can protect him with the shield, and then I'm stabbing with the spear over the top of it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So am I rolling wreck?
No.
Skirmish.
Yes.
Do I have any extra? Hang on.
You can push for extra dice.
No, I think that's risky on this occasion. So are we in what position are we in?
Desperate.
Okay, so I submit that. Effect is standard?
Yes.
Submit that. And do I have any bonus dice? No. Okay.
That's stress.
That's 3 and a 4.
Positive
So
success, no stress.
no stress. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with. Actually, I want to see Adhikar last because he's the survivor. Let's go with Vexingthorn. What do you do? How does it look like when you partake this group action of attacking these Blackout Knights?
I mean, I think that he has a 0 skirmish, so he's probably not fighting particularly artfully. He's really just kind of hacking at whatever exposed limb he can find behind these two whirling these two like dervishes of the group. And just kind of hoping he hits something that's not one of the other members of the group of our squad. So yeah, that's basically what it looks like for me.
Cool.
Give this. Let's see what I
push for extra die.
Do you push for an extra die if you're taking part in a group roll?
I think you can. I'm not completely sure actually. I tried to find it. Teamwork.
I feel like that's a very poor decision because there's even on one die, there's a pretty good chance that I'll just be giving, like I'll be getting a 3 or less anyway.
Yeah, I think I'll despite the stress, right? You know,
because I thought the idea was that you do the group roll to reduce like the amount of those decisions you're making, so that everybody's not going like, oh, I push as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you should just do the 0 roll, and because you'd have to get a 6 basically for me not to take stress, right?
Yeah.
And I guess like Sven has this covered because he'll just mark stress for everyone. He sacrificed himself for us.
Mm-hmm.
Zimyarti way.
And lastly, Adhikar with the musket. I guess you already kind of described what you're doing. Are you using the bayonet?
Yeah, and like just trying to hide behind the 2 big people with the huge shields, and just like reaching through wherever I can, and just trying to get as much damage done as possible, but like with less courage than Vexing Thorn is showing, and like I'm hiding behind my shield most of the time, and just hiding around most of the time, and then just like as soon as I see an opening, I jab out and then go back.
Oh yeah, then who are the other 2 rookies with us?
What?
I thought we had like another rookie or 2 with us as well.
Yeah, they also.
Yeah, I think a squad is 5 people. Like with the specialist, that would be 8, and the medic.
So we have a Lysenos Karis, who is also a rookie, who is with us, who is bravely doing whatever sort of thing an extra in a TV show would be doing in the background.
Fighting with a pitchfork.
Yeah, exactly.
Shield wall.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. Roll them dice.
So what am I'm rolling? Skirmish. I have 1 skirmish, so I have 1 die, right?
Yeah.
So I rolled on my dice roller. I got a 1. Nice. So
2 stress then for Sven.
Cool, but we succeeded overall, right? Because I succeeded on that.
Yeah. You charge out and like you see. I imagine like this very miniature and less glamorous version of like the Gandalf riding down Rohan, with these like people like charging through this small this group of Black Oak Knights scrambling through, and you see like this one of the knights falling over, and like a smash cut of one of the rookies like stepping them on the face, breaking their nose or something like that. We don't know if they are alive or not, but they're definitely like he's definitely like out, and you find yourself like on the other side of this group of knights in the courtyard. I imagine like you see, I guess you, Malexia, you recognize this place a little bit. You see that the place is doesn't look like at all what it did when you were here. It's like dirty, and there's broken furniture everywhere, and like it smells not very nice. It seems like they haven't been very disciplined in how they do their like fortifying of places.
This is Winterfell under the Bastard, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit like that, and you see there is also two like up on the walls, like looking down as a part of these groups, and you see like the four people standing behind you with the one lying on the ground, cursing. I think actually like the one of them like turns around and you is like, "Ah, dirty legion, what you doing here?"
So, sorry, have we left anyone alive behind us?
Yes. There's definitely like they're not all dead from this, no. One of them is lying on the ground, not moving, but they're not all dead.
Okay, and we're now at 4 ticks on the 10 clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell the rookies to take down the guys on the battlements, and look about for where could I set fire to this place.
I mean, you know the place, I guess. Where
would that stable block over there be appropriate?
I mean, it's a wooden structure in the, and also there's probably a lot of hay still in there. They don't seem to have the horses. Actually, maybe I think there is horses. You hear like the sound of horses inside the stable.
Okay, so I took as my 2 utility items fine wrecking kit, which includes small alchemical hand charges, and I took oil.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is that my fine wrecking, if were we to move towards that stable, move past the stable, throwing the oil through, followed by an alchemical hand charge.
How does Malexia communicate this to the squad? I mean, this is in a tense situation, so there's probably like some. Do you have like signals for things that's normal within the Legion, or?
Yeah, there probably are, aren't there? There's kind of follow me, and there's watch left, and there's watch behind. So what I'm assuming is straight on in the direction I'm facing towards that stable, protect the unguarded left, and protect behind. So we form some kind of mobile, we're trying to use pace here if we can, I think.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to go for the stable. The rest of you, what do you do? What do you get out of these orders? Is there like do all the rookie understand what Malexia is trying to like communicate?
I think Edikar does, but there is like the other two are like looking confused, and they're just like running to the left. And I imagine like Edikar grabbing both of them with 2 hands and saying like, "Come back here," as they're being closed in from behind, and they like the rookies all turn to protect protect the group from the back, which I guess is where the larger force is coming through.
Actually, this sounds like you might be doing a setup or help. Setup roll with Marshall, or just like spending a stress to help.
I do think this is a Marshall. That now that you say it, it does ring a bell. So yeah, I think what I'm doing is marshalling the other group of rookies to like group up and band up and try to help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm not sure if this is a marshal, which means I need to roll, or this is like an aid, which is me marking stress. And
that depends. What do the rest of you do? So you see Alexia like charging towards the stables. I guess it's pretty obvious, like with the flasks of oil, what Alexia is about to do. What is Vexing Thorn doing?
I think I probably am firing off a couple rounds of my pistols to like around my pistol to try to give us a little space in making our retreat back to this stable, so that we're not like being just to try to give us a little breathing room.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you're like, is it a covering fire or trying to damage?
No, it's just covering fire.
Okay, cool. I think you're kind of doing a setup action for what Alexei is trying to do here. Does that make sense? I think.
Yeah, but I could do the damage if you want to roll for, if Adhikar wants to do the setup roll instead. I can be trying to just shoot people down.
I don't remember how the setup action works. How does that work?
So pretty much you can, if you do a setup action, you can get an extra effect.
And then I mark stress, or I do what, or I die.
No, it's a setup action is just like a thing you do. You roll a action thing to for example, if you're trying to set up the defense with the rookies, you roll the discipline or the martial or whichever you want, find more relevant to make them do that. And as a normal, with normal consequences and stuff like that. And then if you succeed, Alexei will get an extra effect on their roll of destroying this castle. Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I think with my martial being so low, I would be much more comfortable, like, either just going for like just shooting, or just aiding Alexei straight and running with him. But like, to keep with the fiction, I guess, because I always do this, I think I should just go with the fiction and follow the consequences. So so yeah, let's go with the
martial. Yeah. So do you feel like you're assisting, like what are you assisting here, Steven, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're rolling martial now with Adhikar, right, Paran? You were lagging a little bit there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Is Vexing Thorn assisting Adhikar in this, or is it a separate action?
No, I think that in that case I'm probably firing off some shots to see if I can't do a little damage to them as we're making our retreat.
Cool. So I'll do both of them separately then. So first, let's have Adhikar. You're.
Sven,
don't you want to help?
I mean, I feel like helping a setup actioning a setup action feels a little bit silly.
I mean, you can do it. I think because okay, I'm gonna establish the position of this action here first. So you're trying to like get the rookies in row to like make a stand against these like veteran Black Oak Knights. I definitely think like that is still desperate, and yeah, I think it's just standard. You do it or you don't. But like if you fail here, I think rookies will die.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, people die, right? And just because you've only got one in Marshall, it's like we've only got 2 in our best stat, right? So
Yeah.
we're all pretty crap.
Okay, fine.
So do you want to push here for either effect or for extra die for 2 stress?
I think I am going to push myself for extra die. And that would be marking 2 stress, right?
Yeah. Is anybody helping? Nope. You're on your own here.
So is this Marshall or is this okay, so this roll is to see if I can get everyone together enough to hold.
Yeah, and not just run around like headless chickens attacking in their adrenaline rush.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both of them, both Discipline and Martial, is fine. You choose the attribute, remember? So
Yeah. No, I'm fine with Marshall. I was more like, is this also us shooting, which is like shoot, or is this just?
No, you're. This is definitely like you commanding the group, I think.
Okay, great. Okay, so this would be me rolling 2 die.
Mm-hmm. This is rookie lives on the line. Oh.
Okay, I got 4 as my best result.
4. Okay, so mixed result.
I think as a mixed, and this is a desperate situation, so I guess that escalates very.
Well.
And remember, I have prowess full. I can still resist whatever you say. So.
Well, if it affects,
so don't hold back if you want to.
If it affects you, I think you see that the Black Oak Knights, they like charge forward. You see like the one who's shouting at you before, like charge at Lucenzos, and he is smacks like a big club in his face, and you see like the head of you see the sensors like just go down, and one of the other rookies also takes a dagger into the side, still looking like he's living though. So yeah, one rookie gets killed and one is seriously damaged or hurt. Do you resist?
Can I resist this?
You can resist anything. Anything the GM says as a consequence, you can say no, I'm resisting.
I think
there are 2 consequences though, just to clarify here.
Okay. I think I want to resist this, like the one of them dying. The more people we have, we can still. So yeah, I'm going to resist that, and that would be what, rolling 4 dice and then.
What depends, like what you do. Describe how you resist this.
So if I say I'm going to resist this, how do I make someone stay alive? Oh, I guess like I'm going to change the fiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like as the like the forefront soldier comes to hit the rookie with a club, I just raise the barrel of my gun and like try to prevent the club from hitting him. I'm probably leaving myself undefended in the process, but this is like the very first reaction of a farm boy wanting to save a fellow soldier.
Also some
Or sorry, legionnaire.
roll prowess resist.
So I got a 6 for 1. So I got a 6, I guess.
Yeah, 0 stress. You see the club like still hits Lucensos, but you see like you manage to deflect it off his head, and it hits like the shoulder, but you hear like the bones crack, and Lucensos like screaming in pain, but he's alive. And now, Stephen, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually, if like which of the two looks like they're in worse shape, Licenos or who's our? Oh, we only have 3 rookies.
3 rookies with names. There's 2.
Oh, so all 5 of us are actually on board. Okay, I'll come up with some names.
Okay.
I just did.
Who was the rookie that got stabbed?
Let's say
Licenos, the other one.
No, Licenos was the one that got like beaten, got like something broken, but then another took a dagger, from what I remember.
Yeah.
We can just give him a name. I realized I didn't make them visible for our marshal, so I put the marshal at a disadvantage.
Okay, we got Lysenos and Fisk.
So yeah, which of the two looks like they're in worse shape?
I think they're actually look to be equally in bad shape. They're both taken 2 harm equivalent. But
Cool. Well, one has a bleeding wound and the other has a broken limb. So yeah. I'm gonna like. I think that Thorn like grabs up what was it? Visk.
Fisk.
Visk. Okay. Grabs up Visk and like tries to get him away from this front line we're forming to somewhere where he can bandage up this wound.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to roll something for that? Because I do feel like this is probably not like a safe thing to do.
I think maybe this. I mean, it's yes. To get this sounds very much like a maneuver roll to me, but like getting in there and getting them out to a place where you can treat them. But also feel free to like narrate it in another way to get it to be another attribute.
No, I mean maneuver is what I'm actually good at. So I feel like this is probably a good reason. It's the reason I chose that like be able to always be able to be, that normal counts as light, so I can do both. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think probably. I mean, as a thing that has no mechanical effect, I think probably like I butt someone with the butt of my axe and then like grab up Visk and like try to pull him carry him over my shoulder back to where Sven and was Sven going off with Malexi actually?
I think that Sven was holding the left. You know, he was charging forwards in the footsteps of his brother, and like my imagination was, if any of the Black Oak tried to, you know, like chase after Malexi, then Sven was going to throw himself in their path and intercept them.
Yeah, so I think I'd probably just I try to get him away from like this front so that I can bandage him up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Make certain he doesn't bleed out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Well, so yeah, I think this is also desperate actually, because I mean you're going into
Yeah.
like a fighting zone.
We haven't done anything really to change like the actual footing of ourselves. We're in pretty bad shape here.
Yeah, but I think it's standard effect. You will be able to like get them away.
I think the setup action that I did would improve the effect, right? Not the positioning.
The setup action.
Well, the setup was for
Yeah. No, but I mean in general. I was just asking about the mechanics. Sorry.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
it's just the effect. So how do you change positioning in general?
Well, by taking from normally what you would do is do it the other way around to like get more effect. You take more risk, so you would change position for effect. But you can also do, I guess, is to, in some situation at least, is to say no. I use more time. I'm more meticulous. I'm more careful and take less effect.
But I think also to get at your question, to take actions that will fictionally like result in like a threat being reduced.
Yeah, handling it in a more advantageous fictional positioning.
Okay.
So
in this case, it would be something like, I don't know, I do something to delay this group following behind you or something.
Yeah, or like what Malekse was doing, like fighting them in the doorway, because it doesn't matter if they are 6 people if it's in a doorway, right?
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Cool, but I guess I'll take 2 stress to get an extra die, so I'm rolling 3 dice. Desperate, correct?
Yeah.
Next.
A lot of XP this session.
And yeah. That's a 4.
Well, you do it. I mean the obvious. I think actually that I'm going to. No, I don't think, because you're gonna heal him, right? What?
Yeah, that was my hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running into a fight. Do I get hit somehow?
That's the very obvious option. I was thinking, trying to. Yeah, I think so. You.
I mean, sometimes the obvious is like what makes fictional sense.
Yeah, I think as you go, like you run in and like you dodge the first one and the second one, and like the audience gasps, and then you get like the third one, and there's like this. I think actually it is a sword that like hits you in the side, and you get like this big. You see like the blood like flowing out of it. You take 2 harm.
Okay. And I have a shield, so I think probably I block that. And was there any other consequence? Because it is desperate, I feel like.
Yeah, there definitely could be. I think. I was thinking maybe that I'm making a 4 o'clock of the other one, the other rookie, bleeding out.
Sure, that makes sense.
4 o'clock.
And so I reduce that to 1 harm, or all the way entirely?
1 harm.
Okay, so what should I write for that?
Bloody cut.
Okay.
Bloody but not deep could be a good name.
And when you make a clock, do you already mark the first segment, or?
No, I don't do this.
Okay.
Here.
Well.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I thought in this case you're filling 1, so.
Yeah, I think so. It may. No, it doesn't. Not necessarily, but I think in this.
Okay. So it depends. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So now we get to see the awesome, maybe lighting the castle on fire with the setup action. So what is Malekse doing?
I think as he runs past the the stables. He smashes a pot of oil against the wall, and then fires his flare gun into the space. And he'll work his way as far around this courtyard as he can get, tossing flare gun, and that will use up 3 pots of oil, and he'll have 1 flare gun shot left, which I'm thinking about.
Cool. I kind of think like because this is I think this starts at risky and great because of the setup. Because the risk here is, I mean, we already established that the setup action is holding the Black Oak Knights off, so you have like a clear field more or less soldier-wise doing this. But you're trying to light a place on fire with a flare gun and oil, which is kind of risky. In terms of like lighting yourself on fire, or that kind of thing. Seems like not the most controlled thing you're doing, and you're also. But I think also that you're. How much oil do you have with you?
I have 3, and 4 flare gun shots.
I think this. I mean, you decide, but this sounds like you're trying to change position for effect, making this desperate.
I think I am, because I'm conscious that the clock is ticking, and at some point their numbers will tell.
Yeah. Cool. So you have extreme effect and desperate position. Do you push for effect? You can still do that if you want.
I'm curious about War Machine, because I'm determined to use it today.
Yeah.
When you push yourself, you can do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, reducing the threat. Is there more to this? It seems to one of the following, and then there's one in the key. Oh no.
Some problems with that sheet, it seems. I'm gonna have a look.
Hang on, I'll check the PDF. Bear with.
War Machine. Reduce the threat level of all the enemies you're facing by 1.
Those are the 2 options. You can either perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, or reduce the threat.
I see. Okay. Then would a superhuman feat be getting around here lightning fast and making it slightly less desperate?
Can I suggest that he leaps like he's Wonder Woman in Batman vs Superman, lands in a 3-point pose, firing his flag.
Strength. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think that you can make it less desperate, but I think this is more giving you an extra effect. Because I mean, you can do something more extreme because you're a war machine. That doesn't make it less dangerous.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
This is kind of more of a question about the system, because I'm not sure. But is there anything that Sven could do to make it less desperate for him?
No. You can give him an extra die with helping.
Well, you could perform. There was already a set of action performed.
Yeah, and also like he has a huge effect, and that effect is going to outdo the position. So I guess giving him die is pretty much just setting him up for success here too.
Yeah. Cool. So
if you want to help Sven, you can. I mean, if you don't want to.
Sven will help his brother and spend 1 stress to give him an extra die on that pool.
Okay, so I'll mark 2 stress to push myself for the war machine. I think I'm rolling to wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as skirmish, but so what the heck? This is a desperate action, so I'll mark another experience. So I'm rolling with wreck.
And this is 5 ticks on the line.
Whoa.
Sorry,
I wonder if we're going to have a clock for getting out of here before it all blows on us too.
That's
so position is desperate.
Yeah.
Effect is great?
It's actually one past extreme.
Oh, right. So
You don't have that.
Okay, so it's right. Okay, so submit bonus dice 1 from Sven, and that's it, isn't it?
And one from you pushing yourself, right?
No, that was for.
No, that's for War. That's for War Machine, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see what that does.
Actually, I think, is it the same as in the base scale, as in Blades, where you get that in addition to the standard effect of pushing yourself?
That's what I think should happen, but I'm not really sure.
Because that's how it works in like standard Blades, that you still get the standard push.
Yeah, sure. That does make sense actually when reading it.
So do I? So I've rolled 3 dice. Do I need to roll another 1 dice
You
with
can,
that,
yeah.
or should I re-roll?
No, do that.
How do I roll?
Slash
just
roll.
1 dice.
So you go
roll
to the
1d6.
chat. Yeah.
/1.
Roll one. No,
Oh.
Slash roll 1d6.
A 1. Well, that's not much use to me. So
I'm not sure if that actually rolled.
I see it.
yeah,
Oh no,
it's there.
no, yeah, you rolled 1d6, not a.
It's in one like 1d6 in.
Yeah, because you basically rolled a 1.
With
See,
1d6.
You write 1d6 without any spaces in between.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fair enough.
effectively, what it rolled was actually just number 1.
Oh, I see. Right. So 1d6 with no. Oh,
Slash first.
okay. And then no spaces at all.
Yeah.
I think there's a space
Well, between the roll and the 1d6.
Yeah.
Not.
Slash roll space 1d6 with no spaces.
Okay. 1d6.
That's a 1.
That's a
Yeah.
1. Okay.
That's really a 1.
Okay.
So that's a proper 1. So
Yeah,
the
but see,
best
if it
the best
actually
number is
rolled-
5.
Parentheses.
Yeah, I think. Well, you still succeed, so it's 5 pies, and you have just. I guess you just have 1 left. I think. I think what this is that I mean it does what you are what you want it to, and the whole thing lights up on fire in like very quickly, and in just a matter of seconds it's a blazing fire all around you. Also where the entrance and exit is, you see that the gate is locked. The place where you came from is on fire, and I think that I think also that you all take 2 harm.
I mean that sounds like a very significant consequence. I was thinking that I could be isolated by the fire. That just seems pretty. You know, there are consequences. That seems a pretty hefty consequence on everyone.
It's a desperate roll.
Okay. That went very well.
Yeah.
I mean, you succeeded at what you're doing, destroying this place.
So automatically we take some harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much? Sorry.
2.
2.
Sorry, Stephen. Can you?
Oh, actually, I think I'm just gonna adjust it down to 1 actually, since it's for everyone.
Okay.
Yay! Save the rookies.
I mean, maybe we'll see. The other one's still.
Yeah, I guess we need to
out.
be careful because this also covers the felled rookies, the Lannistas, and the other guy with the bleeding dagger thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the guy with the shoulder. I'm not sure what their harm is because they both took 2. So if you add 1 more, what's the rookie, like how much harm can the rookies take?
Well, no, because there are 2 like when you say 2 harm, you'll note there are 2 boxes next to the 2 harm. So the 2 harm fills one of those boxes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's what it does. So cool. What I think the next one to do something here is. Do you want to resist any of this, Malexei?
Oh yes, because I've just realised that I have bold +1d to resist on desperate actions. Should have used that earlier. So resistance is my prowess, I guess, on this, isn't it?
What do you resist? There's a lot of consequences here.
Oh, I see. I think it's the damage to my squad.
I'll think I'll actually let you resist the 1 damage to the rookies here as one thing, but not the whole squad.
Okay, so I aim to protect the rookies. So my prowess, I got 3 dots in prowess, +1 for being bold on desperate action. So that's 4 dice, yeah?
How do you do it?
I think probably we see a burning, some burning wood is coming down towards where the rookies are. Have been treated by vexing, and I think we probably see the shield and Malexi just pushing that away so it doesn't fall on them, so they don't take the fire damage. Does that sound?
Yeah, you can roll.
And that's just click on prowess. Add 1 dice for the boldness. And submit. Oh, that's 2 3s, a 5, and a 6.
So no stress for you.
And no stress for them.
No, for you. When you resist, you mark the stress.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was resisting to help the rookies.
Yeah,
you are.
But you're the one who's stressing for resisting. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
you're just running around with your shield and stuff, and that stresses you out.
Okay.
Well, not in this case because you rolled a 6, but
yeah. Because you're so awesome, you just jump and backflip and push stuff around, and you're back to normal. Like just doing this every day.
Like
that's
any
my
action
brother.
Hero. He is heavy. He's my brother.
Cool. So I think Vexing Thorn, what are you doing? You have been able to drag. I think this is like happening parallel as what Malexei is doing here. So you see like him charging towards this barn with the oil, and you've been able to drag. Where have you dragged? Who is it that you're? It's Whisk. Yeah, Whisk.
Yeah. I think I dragged him away from the front line, so I guess closer to where Malexi was doing his thing. And I guess I propped him up into, I don't know, is there like a cart or something around the area?
Yeah, I'm sure there is a cart here.
Yeah, I guess I propped him up into this cart, and let me double check about what each of these gears do. So I have these tonics, and what do they do again?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking at the handout sheet now.
Yeah. Here they are. Tonics.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. Wound pain, heal ailments, yeah.
Cool, but I do think I have. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to use a use of my fine medic kit to bandage up his wounds, and at least for the remainder of the scene, he is not affected by his level 2 harm. And that's just something I can.
Yeah.
So he will be pretty much like missing in action. He wouldn't be able to do anything, but he also.
Oh no! I can't use my medic kit. I can use my medic action to do that.
Yeah, I think like Whisk looks up at you with like panic in his face, and like, I don't think probably Whisk has been like hurt like this before. And what do you say to him to make him come down? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Shut up, boy. I've seen far more callow yous than you survive worse cuts than this.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a bit funny, like how, because you managed to calm him down as the medic as you are, like how this has an effect on him, because, I mean, I guess to us maybe it doesn't sound that calming, but...
I mean, it's kind of like I'm kind of handling him in this very matter-of-fact way in the chaos of battle. I feel like maybe it's a kind of...
yeah, you're not panicked, so...
Yeah. Like, I'm not panicking. I'm like handling everything as if this wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a serious wound. It's level 2 harm, but like I'm treating it as if it's not.
Yeah. Cool. So the fortress is burning around you, and you're all like positioned now in the middle of this firing wreckage, and now you find like the Black Ops Knights, they're between you and the door you came in, and the gate is closed. What do you do?
I kind of shout, because you do have that ability to do superhuman feats of strength if you want to make use of that still. I shout over at Malexi and say, do you think you can manage this cart here? And I gesture at the cart.
What's the consequence of overflowing stress?
You get a trauma.
And you're out of the game for this round, for the rest of the mission.
Yeah.
But you still take the action that you push to do.
That's what I'm just thinking through. So if I charge the gate with this cart, with the aim of bursting through the gate, I would become traumatized. If I succeed, or even if I fail, I could become traumatized. But we would have put another notch on the clock because we've got one to go, I think.
So you could also just use your hand detonation thingies and just set them up around the gate and just make those explode.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
I mean, like there is a wreck. Like then you wreck, like you're wrecking. Not
yeah, but remember, they're between us and the gate. I believe, like the soldiers. We need to do something together.
Hey, rookies, go kill them now.
No, I have to say, no, I think that's the best solution, because the only one in my head was to charge through them and then seal the gate behind us, so they're locked in the burning keep. But I think the accepting the drift into trauma and charging through them and the gate with a wagon is not to be missed, frankly. So so load the rookies on the wagon, and we're gonna go for it, guys.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think I'd jump up onto there, pull out my pistol, get ready to do some covering fire at these soldiers.
Yeah, this is definitely desperate, but also this wouldn't be possible if you were not doing a feature of superhuman strength, because this is a big wooden solid gate. It's not like you can charge through it usually.
No, well, nothing's usual when Malexi's along, so I think this is wreck.
Malexi is just a walking tank.
Yeah, this is definitely sounds like a wreck to me.
So, are people going to spend stress to help?
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm all...
Oh, do you want to spend the stress?
Yeah, I think I have 2 stress now, or 1. How many do I have?
There is.
Oh, right. Sorry, you're asking. I don't believe you've taken any. Oh, yeah, you. Oh, how much stress did you take for your last roll? I forgot to mark that.
I think 2, because I was pushing myself. That's
okay,
a 2
so yeah,
stress.
You're just at 2
stress, right?
No, but you also resisted a consequence.
And that was a 0.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, you just have the 2.
Okay, I'm going to assist. That would be one stress, right?
Yeah.
And the way I guess I do that is I just follow behind the cart and try to cover Melexei with fire, just scattering people from in front of the gate so that he doesn't have to like lose momentum by going through people, and just turning around and shooting in all directions so that like no one sneaks up from behind and no one gets in from the sides.
I couldn't do as a setup action to improve his position, could I?
It doesn't really matter because this will end the clock if he succeeds either way. Because there's just one tick left.
Yeah, so the only real consequence is what he's going to take anyways, really, unless he completely fails.
You could improve his like desperate to risky so that he's not so that there's less risk there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, really.
How would you do that? Making it more safe.
Well, I think that Sven would do. He would run interference, and being the nimble younger brother, he would feint around the knights and draw them off away from the cart for a second, and then suddenly Alexei comes forward.
Just before you make a firm decision on that, I do have +1d to resist on desperate actions.
That's true. So you wouldn't get that. I'll be honest, I'm mainly looking to make another dice roll with a desperate maneuver.
Yeah, it is a desperate maneuver, and I don't think you can. I mean, you don't have. You're gonna throw him out here, right? So you don't really have any stress to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you trauma out, you basically that's it. You can't resist anything.
Okay.
So yeah. So
over to you, bruv.
Watch it, bruv. All right. So, can I roll a maneuver dice?
It's definitely desperate. It's fire everywhere, and there's soldiers they're also desperate. They're running around, just hitting at anything, completely in panic mode.
And there's this rookie with a musket.
Yeah.
Firing away in the chaos, and the screams of the wounded. Okay, so desperate standard, right?
Yeah.
No bonus dice. It's not rolling my second dice on any of these, so I'll just do that again with
Actually, to double check, what harm did you give everyone for one harm? Like who actually ended up taking that harm? I wasn't clear on that.
All the specialists.
Okay. So what was the harm?
1. Burn marks.
But what is it fictionally?
Burn marks.
It was burning.
Okay.
So I have 1 harm as well, right? But I get to resist level 1 harm penalties, so I don't have to take less effect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're also not a specialist.
Oh, the rookies not take it. No, I had a bad outcome, so I'm gonna roll a resist for that.
Your one is very weird. I don't know what's going on with your dice? Just gonna let me look at your sheet real quick. Well, okay. What happens is that one of the I think probably the officer or the leader of this group, he charges over you and with his big broad axe and slice you in two almost, I think.
Yeah. So can I roll a resist for that?
Yeah.
Cool. Which would be 2, right? 2 dice for a resist. And I get +1 dice to resist on desperate actions as well, because I'm a Zemyati, just like my older brother.
Surprising you have that in common.
Yes.
I really like you turning Zemyati.
Do you need desperate standard for resistance rolls as well, or
no?
No. So I just roll 3 straight dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just click on prowess, it'll do all that for you, and then just add 1.
Well, let's see if it actually does it, so we can see how broken my sheet is. It rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
Cool.
So 1 stress.
1 stress, perfect.
How do you resist it?
I think he just ducks and weaves and rolls out of the way. He's basically that heavy axe comes swinging and it passes within a millimeters of his face, and he just weaves backwards.
Bullet time.
Bullet time, yeah.
Yeah, you still get like a serious wound on your chest, like that's bleeding heavily. 2 harm.
Okay, so it cuts through my armor, which reduces it to 1 harm. Was that right?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Still.
That's then a better roll for you there, Malexei. Your brother helped you out. You're now risky standard.
Okay, so this is prowess, isn't it? Sorry, this is rec.
Yeah.
At risky. Effect.
Standard. You
Standard.
Just do it, yeah.
And the bonus dice is 1 for bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
Well.
I think
Only in that risky position.
yeah. I think you
Wait, what was the result of the roll? Everyone is
3
either
ones.
unhappy. What?
3 1s.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think you run at the gate with this cart with these rookies in them, and you see like the flames like going up, burning like cloth on your armor. And there is like this moment where you see like this. There's in slow motion where you're running, and we're seeing the gate comes closer, and you hit it, and you see like the top of it like bulge and crack a little bit, but it doesn't go open. And I think you see like the some fire, some like stuff from the wall like burning, falling down, and the cart of rookies like lighting up, and you also I guess you also take I think you take 2 harm, 3 harm I think actually here is appropriate. Of like burned alive pretty much, and also the rookies, they are on fire, and you're in a position now where you see like the around you is everything is on fire. The door is not completely open, like it's cracked, and you're traumatized out, right? You how does that look?
If I could get away with it, what I'd like is that as we hit that door at that gate, I just hit the back of the cart. All this happens, and I catch Sven's eyes just before I trauma out, and I say, "Take command."
Cool. Where is the rest of you? Are you all around Malexei?
I mean, yeah, I think we were riding the cart. Weren't we?
Happily, some of you jumped free.
I think the car was running behind the cart, not in the cart. So like as he's covering with fire, well, not really fire, but like bullets, but not really also fire. so like he's like 2 or 3 steps behind the cart.
Actually, let me reiterate. I don't want it to just not happen. You managed to like break up the gate, but you see like behind you is some of the like Black Oak Knights running out after you, like screaming, also on fire, like charging towards you.
Yeah, I think that Sven was running alongside Malexi rather than catching a lift like a kid in a trolley. in a shopping cart for the Americans. Yeah. So yeah, with his brother, like staggers under the weight of the burning wood and the fire. Sven turns and barks over to Vexing Thorn to see to the rookies, see to his to Fisk and to oh man, I'm going to need to start remembering the names. Yes, to Lysenos, and he stands with that axe, ready to take on the first black oak that comes through that gate.
Awesome. I think there's actually just two coming out of the gate, but they're charging right at you. Are you attacking alone?
No, I'm also staying.
Is this like group action?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of doing some. Sure.
Do we all have to be part of a group action, or can it just
No,
be two of us in
no.
a group action, and then Stephen can be a medic while we're doing this? Since it's 2 for 2. I don't know how group actions work.
I mean, you have your rookies.
You mean the ones on fire?
No, I think actually they're out of it. They're running, screaming. Fleeing.
Just the two wounded rookies are left in the cart, I assume.
Yeah. So I don't think you can do a group action with just the two of you.
Okay.
Oh, although no. What's his face? Let's see. I have it here. This is ignoring his wound for now because I did such a good job of patching it up. So he's probably fine.
Yeah.
Lysenos is in trouble.
Cool. I mean, with 3 people, I'll let you do a group action. Why not?
Cool. Okay. I'll do a group action. And I'm on 5 stress as well because I kept helping my brother, which was didn't pay out.
A terrible thing.
Mistakes were made.
Yes, mistakes were made. I think we could both become traumatized, brother. Right. Okay. So skirmish.
Well, first position here. I think it is risky. They're also sloppy because they're on fire and screaming, and there are 2 of them, and you're out of the fiery inferno now, and standard effect.
Okay. Now I must remember to add an extra bonus dice.
Is this skirmish?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Why
skirmish.
do you always make me use my weapon in a way it wasn't really designed to be?
Because I carry an axe.
That's why.
Yeah, and we'd just be swapping dice rolls if it was the other way around, I think.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, so you succeed. And what about what does Adhikar?
Adhikar.
Yeah, so Adhikar is, I guess, if anyone gets through his axe, which is very unlikely, Adhikar, because of his lower reach, is just there to catch them and not let even a single person escape. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because like with an axe, he has much bigger reach than Adhikar.
Mm-hmm. Roll your skirmish.
A skirmish, that's a 1, right? So many stats, or sorry, actions. Okay, that's a 5. No more stress for you. Phew.
And I'm also gonna roll for the rookie here because he can still. It's 1 dice.
Oh, I forgot to mention that Visca's got 2 dice in skirmish.
Well, that's also a 6. So no stress for you.
Yay, you survived the trauma.
Okay, so describe to me how you fight these 2 last ones coming out of the keep and survive.
Well, I think the very first one of them is just running towards it, and Sven's still barking orders at people. and then just as the Black Oak guy turns towards him, he just swings right around in a roundhouse, and the axe just crunches into the side of the guy's face, explodes. And then while the axe is kind of buried in that guy's skull, and he's like pulling it out with his foot on his chest, the other Black Oak Knight comes running towards him, and then Adhikar and Visk, like Adhikar catches the Black Oak's weapon on the bayonet of his rifle and like swings it to the side, and then Visk leaps forward and stabs him in the stomach, and they both the knights collapse there, while Sven is like spits on the ground and hauls the axe out, and then turns around and like goes, "Go!"
Awesome. And that's the end of that mission. You managed to do it successfully, although at more cost this time. What is Malexi? What is he doing like during all of this? Has he run away, or is he just standing there paralyzed? What is going on?
I was just trying to work out, because under trauma, there's cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid, reckless, soft, unstable, and vicious. Do I need to select one of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, vicious.
Yeah, and basically in the future, if people role play that trauma, they get XP.
Sounds like a thing that Malexi could do, possibly.
Yeah, so I think that what we see is as he comes round, he starts just hacking the Black Oaks apart, crushing their heads with his maul, just graphic, horrid violence, until somebody drags him off.
Yeah, I think Sven is like, "Brother, he is dead. Let us go."
I think that's probably like the end scene of this part of the episode. Cool.
Valhalla Rising. This is like graphic.
Yeah, and actually, what does happen with Lysenos? I'd be fine if he ended up dead, because I feel like he was in the burning.
What's your problem with Lysenos, or however it is?
I want people to die because it's like important. Like I feel like it.
I think he dies. He was
What?
already wounded.
What?
Yeah, he was already wounded and got the fiery wreck on top of him. I think that's fair.
Well, like as the lore keeper, I record when anyone dies, and if enough people die, I give the Legion a bonus.
Wait, how is the Marshal quiet about this? You just randomly picked a number off his sheet. Oh, this is still before we even make the engagement roll on the second mission, by the way.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do now.
It's a war. Like, do you think? Like, I don't. I think people are going to die. Like, this is just the first of many. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Lysenos was a good lad.
No one died.
He was a good lad, but he did his best.
I mean, also, I did establish that they took 2 harm, and he already had 2 harm, so that's 4 and he's dead. So yeah, that's right. Okay, so we see probably like the last thing is like the in the back of the wagon, like going forward. You see probably like the maybe correct me if you wanted to look differently, Stephen, but like Vexing Thorn like slapping him under like the chin, and you see him like just no, he's not. How does like what how does Vexing Thorn react? Because you're probably one who discovers that he's lying in the wagon and not alive anymore. Has anyone died under Vexing Thorn's watch before, as the medic?
Yeah, probably. Like we like I'm a survivor. Like we're all survivors of the battle of Edenfield or Edenmark, I forget.
Edenmark.
Yeah, we're survivors of the Battle of Edenmark. This is not the first. This is not the first death that has happened under his care, and he kind of ruffles the Lysenos' hair and says, "Sorry, I couldn't do more for you, kid." I kind of are we still like having no, probably not. We're probably out of the part at this point. Like I feel like we probably need to walk the rest of the way.
Yeah.
not going to be able to, too heavy, I think, for the rest of us to carry back with us, unless one of you want to take on the load. So I won't be able to give him a proper send-off, but, and I guess I take whatever, like, important arms he has on him. At least these will do somebody back at camp some good.
I think when you cleared the body, Sven takes out his Zemyati oath knife and pierces the brain of Lysenos and hopes that will stop him from rising as one of the Cinder King's soldiers in the future.
Cool. That's a good send-off. So now we're gonna do our secondary mission. So it's time for the Marshal again to assemble engagement roll, which is basically the whole way of seeing how it goes with this mission is just the engagement roll. So if you roll as bad as the last one, you're going to
You're going to lose some people. Yeah, but I do. So we get an extra 0 dice, right, to start off with. But everybody on this mission is Oathsworn to the Legion, so that's 1 dice.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take any of the minuses. This
So
was
Blackshot, I think the quartermaster had given them Blackshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this is a
different mission actually.
Yeah. So, what kind of mission is this? This is a recon. Is that right?
Mission, yeah.
Recon. And I don't think
doesn't matter.
We didn't spend horses, but I don't think anyone had heavy load, so it's 1d6 since we don't have any extra dice for that.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Yeah.
Second best result possible.
Well done.
What does a 5 mean on
a 4 to 5 secondary mission? You failed the mission, or you can succeed. 2 squad members die, and all the specialists take level 2 harm.
I mean,
and this like if all 2 people die, so that lowers our morale also, right?
Yeah.
Few rookies
so
die.
This lowers our morale down to 7 because also the Lysenos died, so that's 7. That would be if we choose to win this. I mean,
there's also +1 morale for winning the
Crimson. So we will be back at 8. Oh wow, I love the Quartermaster's Liberty. Such a great Quartermaster.
Yeah, Shifting Forest is certain that these men will have done what they had to do.
So, Marshall, do we succeed or do we fail?
You succeed, and we lose Plexon and Ped from the Ghost Owls.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a new folder called the Graveyard.
I actually have one, basically. It's part of my character sheet.
Cool. Yeah.
If you ever look at the Marshal sheet, for now, until we get new recruits, the dead are being recorded with the red box next to their name on the sheet, if you need to look at that. And in terms of wounds, I'm not sure how wounds translate to harm on the sheet, because the specialists take 2 harm, is that right?
Yeah.
So do I mark 1 wound, 2 wounds?
Just put them on level 2 harm.
Yeah, but I mean, so I go into their specific sheets and do that. It's just on the Marshal sheet, there's like boxes for wounds, and I don't know how that translates to it's a completely different format than harm on the sheet, you know?
Oh.
I mean, I think that's the thing with maybe to look at and consider, because I have no idea how that works.
I actually don't.
You see what I mean?
Either, yes. No,
I see.
What are you asking?
So if you look on the Marshal sheet, there's a box next to, I can track everyone's stress, right? But I can also, there's wound boxes next to it, and there are 3 wound boxes. Now, that's not how harm works in Blades in the Dark, right?
That's how it works, I think, for characters that are not being played by anyone.
So would level 2 be 2 of those boxes ticked?
Well, look, why don't you...
Specialists take 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
So the 2 specialists, we're going to add a wound to each of their characters. So we're going to add level 2 harm to each.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you mark this sheet, what appears on the individual sheet, or vice versa.
Nothing
Nothing.
appears on the individual sheet. They're
They're,
not
they're
linked.
not linked.
Oh,
It's not that clever, unfortunately. Otherwise, my job would be like so easy because I had to look through all of your stress
Okay,
values and
so-
tally them up as well.
So what is Alika Yevna? What wound does she take?
So, Lukayevna, I think, takes a.
No, that's for healing. Don't mark that.
Oh, okay, that's for healing. Sorry. Cut to the leg.
Oh,
Like
I think if you press the wound, it makes it just... No, it doesn't work like that. It's supposed to be like half a tick. Like you cross it once. I don't know. Oh, never mind. I'll figure it out in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense what it says here anyway.
Yeah, so I think Lukayevna takes a slash to the leg. And I think that Silver Dancing Wind. They can be like mental things, right? Like they don't have to be physical things.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah. I think Silver Dancing Wing is in a state of shock after seeing two of his friends die in front of him. Those two brave rookies who, held the line, let the rest of the squad escape, died goddamn heroes, I swear. Every last one of them.
The names Plexon, Ped, and Lysenos have been added to the annals of the Legion.
No.
If only I had let one more. If only I had just let this die, we'd be there. I'd be telling you a tale now, but no.
We need to come up with a phrase for like in the Night's Watch when they're like his watch is over kind of thing. Like the Legion releases you or something.
Yeah.
The Legion releases you doesn't really sound like a good was like you were bound by force throughout your life. So now we
made
find
an
an
oath to us.
Yes, you are all
You're not getting
sworn
out
to the
of that oath
Legion.
without dying.
Oh,
Yeah.
more like
Ragov, what kind of cobble shod brute did you think we were?
I guess so. Then
You're
the
taking
thing
your
would be
soul into the afterlife.
okay. So it would be I don't know. Your oath is over.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
your oath is fulfilled.
Yes.
Your
yeah.
oath is what?
Fulfilled.
Fulfilled. Oh yeah, that's true.
Cool. So now we do the bookkeeping. So we do the rewards here first. Quartermaster, you can mark 2 horses. And Commander, you can mark 1 intel.
Can you do that, Stephen?
Yeah. Commander
Nice.
marks 1 intel.
At this point, you're just managing like 4 characters. You're awesome.
No problem.
And then for the Operation Crimson Citadel, you get 1 morale and -1 time.
So
Who
that
keeps-
mark another on time.
No, -1.
Oh, okay.
So if there's a segment, remove that, I guess.
Yeah.
So you have 2 ticks of the time clock instead.
So, okay, the commander also keeps track of the time, right?
Yeah.
So how much time do we have now? We're like, I guess it's 2 out of 10 is filled.
Yeah,
now?
2 ticks of the first time clock
Yeah.
for now. Now it is the back at camp scene. If you feel up for doing it now, Steven, you can also do it next time if you want.
I'm fine doing it now.
Yeah. So
I'm a bit pressed for time.
Okay.
yeah, we can also do it next time. That's also.
Yeah, that would be great.
But let's record XP first, if that's
Yeah.
okay. So Marshall, that's also your responsibility.
Okay. So I don't know what I'm looking at for recording XP. Track morale, marking engagement roles, and surely. Okay, so secondary missions grant 2 XP to specialists regardless of outcomes. So I will give Alekivena and Silver Dancing Wind the 2 XP that they got from that.
That's also for all the rookies that survived.
Okay, cool. So those rookies are doing well. I think in terms of my rookie's XP triggers, which like Sven's, for example, I will start fleshing out these rookies when I get the chance. I will fill up the squads with names and things so that we can just do this a bit quicker. But I won't assign them stats. You know what I mean? I'll just send them a name and a rookie, and then whoever takes control can give them a full history and like everything, just so we can do this sort of stuff without it taking too long. But yeah, as far as Sven goes in terms of his rookie trigger, he didn't hang back and stay out of trouble and survive in risky odds. He kind of threw himself in there because his brother did. I'm not sure how Sven will ever gain the rookie XP triggers following his brother around. But I do believe that Adhikar did hang back as much as was possible, or at least tried to describe it that way. So I would say that Adhikar gets to mark that for sure. Is that the only way I can gain XP? Is there?
No, you get it for desperate rolls, and then there should also be some general questions for the whole group.
Everyone who survives the mission gets XP. 1 XP.
And I think Stephen, if you didn't do the prowess for Adhikar for the
I did.
rolls.
You're up to 2 prowess.
It's on page 56. So surviving the mission, yes, you get XP. The playbook specific trigger.
Thanks. I have a bunch of pages bookmarked, but I could not find the XP one.
Where does general XP go?
You can
put it anywhere you want in any of the tracks.
So either to get a new move or to get a new stat. And the desperate rolls, they go on the one that you rolled. So if it's a prowess thing, then you get the prowess.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I wanted to ask about where I should put Adhikar's XP.
To the playbook.
Okay. So both that XP for the mission and for fulfilling your character specific, you're putting both there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We get an XP for invoking a heritage trait. And I certainly did that, and I believe Malexi did as well. I don't know if Adhikar did. Did Adhikar invoke a trait?
How would that look like?
Just if you use it to gain, if you use any of your abilities effectively. So if you did,
well, it's actually if you play your heritage or trauma, like if you actually role played it, I think is what it means.
Yeah.
Actually, what for it? Sorry.
If you role played it.
Okay.
So I think the inter-brother back and forth
it says
is
XP,
probably that.
Mark XP if trauma conditions caused you trouble during a mission is the trigger.
Yeah, so that's the trauma, but what about the heritage?
So heritage is either role-playing, like you said, but it's also if you just use your heritage abilities, it's both, effectively. So you can either describe it as like, I do this because I'm alright, or you can say that, you literally just used your alright ability to be like, get a +1 dice to something. Both of those count, but they only count for 1 XP, unfortunately. Like, otherwise Sven could have got 3 XP. But yeah.
Yeah, and you gain XP for the highest threat.
And also, do I need to add 2 for the highest threat of the opponent phase?
Yes. Well, we don't know what the highest threat was. It 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And then was my dislike of the Zenyatta playing to my.
I would have said so. I mean, it seems as though we've established a cultural trait there. Like, I was definitely going to say that seems as it's the griping about the Zenyatta brothers always leading us headlong into foolish battle seems like a useful heritage trait.
I wasn't sure if it's like with Malexi specifically or with Zenyatta in general, but now it makes sense.
It was with both of the Zenyatta brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
imagine
didn't
it's
know
how they're known around camp. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know that's such a like trait. Like if it's part of the heritage thing.
Yeah, I don't think Adhikar brought forth any of his Barton traits, did he? Really? He didn't.
I don't even know what those are.
So you didn't roll a constant. Basically, as a Barton, you'll get +1. Your if you rolled any consort, if you used a resist for prowess, if you rolled any research,
Yeah, resist for
Or if
prowess.
you
I
used-
did resist for prowess.
Resist for prowess.
you did resist, so you get to mark that then. So
No, but I
Um,
meant more like the role play side of it. I don't even know how that works.
Like
but
it's a lot of it is very vaguely defined, so you can
Yeah.
always just
okay.
I mean,
yeah, there's definitely not a bit that says that like whatever the medic is doesn't like Zemiati. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, because that's very specific. Okay.
yeah. There is a page on it in further back. We can go over that next time, maybe. Like when we next play a character, we can have a quick recap of like.
So yeah,
things.
while
you
it's
want to
fresh,
place one more XP into those 3 more XP from the threat and your culture into your character track,
Yeah,
your special
yeah.
ability. Okay.
so
Or-
just
Sorry. Go ahead.
just so I'm clear, put the desperates away because I've got those. Pick those up. 1 for survive the mission.
Mhm.
1 for you helped your squad through might or fortitude.
Yeah, you definitely did that.
1 for heritage, and then the highest threat of the opponent was 2, so that's a 5 total.
Yes.
Have I got that right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We can end it here then. I'll stop the recording, and Alan, you can run off to whatever you need doing.
Yeah, sorry, my wife's expecting me.
No worries. Bye to whoever is watching. We'll see you next week.